I'm Mike Sullivan, and we're still working on our series of how to get more distance from your driver. So today we'll talk about how a better grip can give you more distance. So golf is a game of leverage, and in golf we're going to use a two-lever swing, and really what that means is we've got, in sense, the one lever which goes from our shoulders, or we can say our left shoulder, all the way down to the club head. Okay, there's one lever, and the other lever is going to be the hinge of the wrist here, or the wrist cock, we could say. A really good grip gives us the ability to get a really good wrist hinge. If we grip the club improperly, we're going to have a problem getting that good wrist hinge. So here's what we want to do. First off, here's a little experiment you can do. Let's go ahead and just play a little game of two extremes. On one extreme, we're going to take the club, we're going to grab the handle, and we're going to grip the club so that our palms are facing away from us, kind of facing at the sky. Then put the club out in front of you, and see, with your palms pointing at the sky, if you just hinge your wrist, not your elbows, just your wrist, how much hinge can you get out of that? How much can you actually move that and affect that nice lever? Now the other side of it is this. Let's grip the club with our palms pointing in an exaggerated way towards our body, and look at this hinge we can get. Okay? So in general, when we grip the club, the more that our hands are facing our body, the better hinge we can get. But we've got to do this within reason to be able to control the club facing and control the club, obviously. But that's something you should always keep in mind. So when we grip the club, here's what we want. Top hand, or for me, my left hand. I'm going to put the club in my hand. I'm going to make a little adjustment here for the camera. So I'm going to move over this way. And what we want is this little joint in my forefinger to support the club right underneath the bottom of the club. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to fold the rest of my hand over the top of that grip. When we look down from the position that we're going to hit our ball from, this V between my thumb and my forefinger, this V should be pointing back at my right shoulder, at my back shoulder. And you'll notice that my palm is pointing more towards me, more towards the ground. This is going to give me a lot of hinge. So that is super important. That top hand, this is a slightly stronger position, we would say, as opposed to a weaker position. But again, we want that palm pointing towards the ground to give us a lot of opportunity to hinge. Our trailing hand, or for me, my right hand, I'm going to put that on the club, not so much on top as this one is. I'm going to feel like my palm is matching up with where I want that club face to go, and the V in my trailing hand, or my right hand, is pointing kind of in between my chin and my right shoulder. Okay, so this is a grip that I'll play with that gives me a lot of opportunity to really hinge that club, and if I can get a good hinge, I'm going to be able to develop more club head speed through the ball. So make sure you're gripping the club as well as possible, as good as possible, because a better grip will give you not only a better golf game, it's also going to give you longer drives. So one more thing I just want to add, always remember this, that your golf swing will develop around your grip. If you have a good grip, you'll be incentivized to have a good golf swing.